Alrighty, everybody, welcome along. We are doing the Rampagers Campaign by Baltic Dragon. Bit of a change from what we normally do on this channel, but I am looking forward to this. I've heard great things about the campaign. I've played a couple of the missions so far, and I'm quite enjoyed them. So we're starting off fresh here from the first mission introductions, and we'll basically get up there, fly into Syria, and see what's waiting for us there. So a quick introduction to the campaign here. So it's based around some air operations against the Islamic State in Syria back in 2016. Based kind of vaguely on it, but heavily inspired by real world events. So pretty cool on that front. Some things to be aware of. They have this set up for the communications, so using the windshield button. So if you ever see me doing the windshield rain or anti-ice button, that is what they're using for the communications rather than the F10 menu. And yeah, so let's just read through the situation that we're going to be jumping on into here. Pull up the map. Okay, so the Islamic State currently controls the territory extending from the northern part of the Aleppo province in Syria, close to the border to Turkey, and along the Euphrates River south to northern Iraq. Key population centers from include Manbij, Al-Tabqa, Araka, Deir, Ez-Zot. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a tough one. And Al-Qayyam. In addition, IS militants also control pockets in both Iraq and Syria. In recent weeks, IS militants have regained control over the Shair gas field in central Syria, the Mayer gas field in eastern Homs province, and other minor gas fields near Araka. During these offenses, IS militants seized control of an abandoned artillery battalion, 2 checkpoints near the Tayaz airfield, and claimed to have downed a helicopter during clashes with Syrian forces. In recent weeks, IS has further claimed attacks on the northwestern coast of Syria, deep in regime territory. These have included suicide attacks in Tartus and Jabla against local communities believed to aggravate sectarian tensions during the coming holy month. In Iraq, Iraqi security forces have effectively secured the Euphrates River Valley from Haditha to Ramadi, east of the Iraqi-Syrian border. An IS spokesman recently declared that IS will prevail despite territorial losses, even if they lose major cities like Araka and Mosul. It is believed that the IS are hedging against future losses by seeking to reframe victory to that of evading defeat. IS continues to rely on revenues from controlled oil and gas fields and smuggling of their outputs across the borders to the north and the east. Coalition aircraft have since October 2015 conducted as many as 50 strikes per month against production, processing, and refining sites as part of Operation Tidal Wave 2. As of March 2016, IS monthly revenues from oil and gas were estimated to have been reduced by more than 30% from its peak in 2015, and the target is to have this reduced to 50% by August of 2016. Alrighty, so our actual flight objective for today, that's a pretty detailed description of what's going on in the kind of situation general here. But okay, so the estimated flight time for us is going to be 1 hour and 45 minutes. Air tasking order mission number 0311, Ram 1. So that's our flight, tasked with striking oil pumping facilities in Blue Killbox Pump Jack. Intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance ISR assets have been monitoring patterns of life, confirming that the facilities are currently operated by IS. Alrighty. So our flight, Ram 1, going to be made up of 2 elements. So Ram 11 is call sign Gravity as flight lead, and call sign 12, call sign Buzz. And then the second section, so Ram 13, myself as call sign player, as the section lead, and then wingman there, Ram 14, call sign Shadow. So flight plan, departure case 1 at 0630. Fly to waypoint 1, form up at Angels 3, so at 3,000 feet. From there, once we've RV'd with the flight lead, we're going to go to waypoint 2, go feet dry, contact point Manhattan, and then check into the joint airspace and continue via the transit corridor Broadway at Angels 22, so 22,000 feet. We're going to turn into transit corridor Broadway, fence checks between waypoint 3, waypoint 4, so that's getting all of our guns, or not our guns, rather, our weapons timed out, and getting ourselves ready to conduct our attack into Killbox Pump Jack. At waypoint 4, we'll check out of TC Broadway and then turn into Pump Jack. And then waypoint 5, ingress point for Pump Jack at Angels 20. They're going to split up the two elements, so the flight lead is going to take theirs, go off to their objective, and myself and Shadow are going to go to our assigned target. Waypoint 6, that's just the mark point for our target. We'll confirm visually through the at player, and hopefully take out those targets. Waypoint 7, egress point. Waypoint 8, getting back into Broadway. Waypoint 9 will fence out. Waypoint 10, feet wet, and then recover. Threats out here. Insurgent manpads as per. As well, throughout this campaign, looks like Syrian and Russian aircraft may occasionally operate in our vicinity. That'll be fun. However, under the ROEs for this campaign, they are not to be engaged unless it is in self-defense. Okay. 2 GBU 32, so 1,000-pound JDAMs. Alrighty. And then the flight lead's comments. Let's see what they're saying. See, smooth, accurate departure procedures. Don't forget to perform your clearing turn after launch. To the right if launching from CATS 1 and 2, and to the left if from CATS 3 and 4. Then level out and continue on a straight course at 500 feet, no faster than 300 knots until 7 miles out. Something to bear in mind is that these are actually scored throughout the campaign, all of the recoveries and the launches, so we will have to make sure that we are following proper procedures on that. Once we have cleared the carrier control zone, we'll rejoin at waypoint 1 and continue waypoint 2 in a loose offset box formation. Gravity and Buzz up front, myself and Shadow 1 mile behind. Flight lead's going to check us in, so we don't have to worry about that. Go feet dry. They'll check us into with magic. And then we'll go into waypoint 2. Then departure strike, magic demon, and so on. Okay, cool. Fence in, waypoint 3. Okay, we're just repeating the same thing. Alrighty, well, let's get going. Yeah, Bill, we are campaigning. I finally picked one up. I'm having a pretty good time doing it, and I figured I'd share the good time with you guys. I think I might cut those intros in future, though. That's a lot of reading. Not a lot of flying. Plus, all that info is already on the kneeboards as well, and there's like a half-hour flight through the transit corridors here. Alrighty. I'll just flip through these last couple of things. Anything else we need to mention? Yeah, so this is how their transit corridors are working. If you're moving east, 20,000, 24,000. If you're moving west, 26,000, 30,000. Air-to-air refueling, ROEs. Yeah, self-defense or with PID. Russians are around. Truman entered the Suez Canal the previous day in the campaign. Situation overview, mission overview. This is what I'm talking about. So that's Broadway down there. Those are all the various contact points. And yeah, so that's the general flight plan. You can make it out here. So the carrier's out here, fly into the transit corridor, fly within the transit corridor, out to IP Harlem, cut south, enter into Killbox Pump Jack, conduct our mission, RV with the flight lead again, back north up to Harlem, and then we head out back along Broadway at the respective altitudes. Pretty simple mission. That is Killbox Pump Jack for us. There is our target overview. All the target info. It's all in the knee boards as well, so we'll take a look at that once we get in. Alrighty, let's get this thing fired up. And there is music that goes along with this, but I'm going to turn it off because I don't know what is and isn't copyrighted. So June 3rd, 2016, Eastern Mediterranean Sea. Mission 1, Introductions. And here we are. Alrighty. Oh, looks like Cat 2 is getting ready to launch. Let's watch that. There he goes. Alright, let's get this thing fired up. Battery switch on, APU on. The canopy closed. Boom. Alrighty, wait for that APU ready light. It's good. Engine crank left. That left engine into idle. Do I monetize, Bill? No, because I don't meet the prereqs. But the intent would be one day, maybe. Maybe two. This is never going to be like my full-time job, but I don't know. It'd be pretty cool if I could make the game pay for itself. But yeah. Let's go. Left DDI, right DDI, HUD, and AMPCD. Those are getting fired up. Engine crank to right. That's 18%. Right throttle into idle. Good check. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good start on the right engine. Flaps up to auto. Let's go ahead and start the INS alignment. Get that radar on. Get stored heading. FCS page, FCS reset, bit page, FCS MC, bit consent, FCS. Okay. Still, I don't want strikes or anything on my channel, you know what I'm saying? Although, to be fair, if they're using it in, like, a user-made DCS campaign, I'm sure it's copyright free. I don't know. I won't sweat too much about it. Where was I? INS is still aligning. And I've done my FCS. Okay. Let's get OBOGs on. Go ahead and set our standby instruments. 2992, good. Set our RWR for 300, arm the ejection seat. Go ahead and turn my FLIR to standby. And now we are pretty much waiting. While we're waiting for that INS alignment, let's go ahead and flip through our kneeboards here. So, that reminds me, we should get our IFF on, TACAN on, and set for 75. ILS is channel 11. Gonna leave that off for now. Data link on. Alrighty. So our airport diagrams. Alright there, Bill. Thanks for hanging out. Comms page, all the various channels. They did a great job setting all the stuff up already, so I don't need to input any of that. Mission, for us once again, so we're RAM 13, board number 304. Task is to strike. Awesome. That's the formation we should be flying in with our flight lead once we get up and airborne. That's our target area, so we are taking out AP211, AP212, 2 oil pumps on the eastern side of... There is no objective name. There's just this oil pumping facility in Killbox Pump Jack. There's Killbox Pump Jack. A little bit of SA for us. Mission overview, and then procedures. Okay. Looking good. That looks like our INS is aligned. Perfect. Switch that into IFA. Just gonna get my HMD aligned while I'm here. Back into the bit page, displays, HMD, let it run its test. Looks good, we'll stop that. Go into HMD, do our alignment. Line's okay. Do our final line. Looks good. Alright, HMDs should be aligned, and we are ready to rock. Let's get our pilot pulled up here and our stick pulled up. While I'm here, I'm just going to check, because I know it's in here somewhere. And that, I'm just looking for the weight table. So we're at 49,000 and above, 19 degrees nose up stab trim. It's highlighted, so I'd assume that's what we're at. Checklist 484. Nope. Okay, so we're at 4,800, so 17 degrees nose up stab trim. Okay. Alrighty, let's go ahead and hit the ground crew or the deck crew with a salute. Let them know we're ready to move. And because it's DCS, we're going to have to hit him again. Alrighty. Let's get that parking brake released. Flaps back down to half, and let's get rolling. And drop that launch bar. Go ahead and start setting my stab trim. 17 degrees nose up. Telling us to move forward, pick up the shuttle. There we go. Keep looking for that. 17 degrees. There we go. Raise the launch bar. You got it, Chief. Shooter's saying line those engines up. Let's do it. Let's wipe these control surfaces. And we'll just verify. Flaps are at half. 17 degrees nose up. Wings are locked. Wings are locked. Alrighty, let's get these hands off the controls. Hit him with a salute. Hands off the controls. Wait for the shot. And we are airborne. Gears up. Flaps into auto. Bring it out of burner. So we gotta stay under 500 feet and under 300 knots until we are 7 miles plus of the carrier. Let's go ahead and set this into barometric altitude hold at 470 feet, and then we'll just make sure we stay under 300 knots. In the meantime, let's go ahead and pull up our SA page, and we should have flight lead off to our 12 o'clock, which we do right down there toward the bottom. Just going to box tack in here so that we can see we're 3.5 miles from the carrier now. And we got to hold this heading until we are 4 miles plus of the carrier. Did I say 4 miles? I meant 7. While we're doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and hide the pylon again. And we'll hide the stick now so we can get our RWR on. Jammer to receive, and countermeasure set. Alrighty, we are 7 miles plus from the carrier. Let's go ahead and unbox tack in. Set for waypoint 1, which is our RV with the flight lead at 3,000 feet. Pull it out autopilot and let's start climbing. Oh, there we go. And they are right there for us. Perfect. I find this campaign's pretty good too for prompting you when you need to be doing stuff on with the radios and such.
Four's on the rejoin, right side.
4 is on the rejoin, right side. No, you're not.
Copy. Push button 2 on Ox. And
Push
then we'll join
button
up
2
with
on
flight 2
Ox.
waypoint 1.
Push button 2 on Ox. And then we'll use the radio.
Lead. 3 and 4 rejoining. We're with you.
4 with me yet? Nope.
Lead copy. Pushing to waypoint 2.
Pushing to waypoint 2. Set for waypoint 2. And so we're supposed to follow in about a mile behind these guys.
Flight
Push button 3 on pry for strike.
304.
304.
305. 30.
Lone Warrior Strike 300 holding hands with 302, 304, and 305. We are Kilo and outbound for Manhattan.
Lone Warrior Strike 33. Continue.
Flight Mach 0.65 indicated. Steady climb to Angels 22 until waypoint 2. 3, form up 1 mile behind.
3 copies.
3 copies. Four with us now. Where is 4? He is close. You can see him on the SA page down here. And that's 22,000. Almost 22,000. Alright, we'll hold this altitude and we're just going to follow in behind the flight lead. And they're about 1.5 miles. We'll close on in a little bit. 4 with us now. There he is. looks like they're doing about 330, 320 knots because we are closing with them. Looks like about 320. Maybe even less than that. They did say Mach 0.65. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, we are now much too close to them. Mach 0.65, there we go. Still getting a bit close.
Strike 300 with 302, 304, and 305. Deep dry, checking out to purple.
Blue Warrior, strike copy.
Flight push button 6 on try for magic.
6 for magic.
3 copy. 4.
Ram 1-1.
Ram 1-3.
Ram 1-3. Ram 1-4.
Magic, Ram 1-1 checking in with you en route to Manhattan at Angel 22.
Ram 1-1, Magic, copy, check in. You're cleared for Broadway at current altitude.
have the Bay of Iskenderun on our left and the Turkish province of Hatay on our right. This is where we'll be checking in and out of the joint airspace whenever we enter the northern part of Syria. And the Incirlik Air Base in Turkey, which is our primary divert, is out to our left, opposite the bay, some 45 miles from here.
Somewhere over there.
Copy that.
3 copies.
4 copies. This transit corridor, Broadway, which we're flying in now, is permanent, or do they change it from day to day?
I haven't been up this far north before, but it's my impression that the corridors have been static for months.
That is correct. These corridors haven't changed since the Turks shut down their Russian fleet about 6 months back. I guess JTF wants to keep things predictable so nobody gets confused.
I might have missed this in the briefing, but the restricted airspace southeast of here is not what's being agreed with the Syrians and the Russians?
Negative. There's been no formal agreement on a boundary so far. The restricted airspace has been set by Joint Task Force so as not to escalate the situation. The Syrian government hasn't given any formal consent to the coalition operating in their airspace.
The Russians do occasionally strike targets north of Aleppo and close to the Turkish border, but not so much anymore. They generally keep to Aleppo and south of the Euphrates River.
Alright, so that means we can basically focus on IS in the northern part of Syria without too much deconfliction.
That's right. The Truman presence almost doubles the coalition's air power here, and it sends a strong signal of commitment to all of the other parties.
I think we're going to be dropping a lot more ordnance in the coming months than we did last month in Iraq.
I'm glad you could join us this last month, player. Extending the tour has required a lot of flexibility for everyone and their families.
No problem. I'm glad I could help fill the seats. And it's good to be back with the Rampagers.
Yeah. Welcome back to active duty. Good to have you back. down there to our right, that's the northernmost part of Aleppo province. There's been a whole lot of fighting down there between IS and Syrian troops that are affiliated with the Free Syrian Army. Just last week, IS tried to mount an assault again on the town of Mariah. Apparently they had about 1,000 men, lots of suicide bombers, and some old Soviet-era tanks and rocket launchers.
Have they taken the town yet?
Negative. Last intel reports stated that IS got repelled again, but that town is now under siege.
Alright, Flight, time to run our fence checks. Use your checklist and report when ready.
Alrighty, let's fence on in.
Copy that.
3 copies.
4 copies.
Alrighty. So, fencing in. Master arms set to safe. Display is set as required. Bingo fuel set that. Let's go 5,000. Video record. Set to video. HMD. HUD. Auto. Comms 1. Guard receive. Com 2. Guard receive. Lights. That's something we didn't do. Oh well. Radar altimeter is on. Let's just check. Yep. HMD is on. Alrighty. Air to air, we're not doing that. Air to ground, so air to ground, master mode on. Radar knob to operate. Good. Radar page. Don't like using the radar page, especially because we're using JDAMs. FLIR knob set to on or standby. It is. We're actually going to set it to on. INS GPS. Weapons, so that's going to be these guys. Select them, start timing them. We'll set them both into TOO mode because I'm going to use the @FLIR to pick up our targets. Release type, not required. E-fuse on, step, E-fuse on. Okay. Other settings as required. Let's go ahead and get this set over to the HSI. And then we'll add a little bit more throttle because we're falling behind. Lasers, not required. Not using Mavericks, not using harms, not using rockets. Conventional bombing, we are not. Guns, check. Okay. Awesome, we are fenced in. We'll go ahead and let them know that we're fenced in.
Fence is complete. State 12.4.
State 12.4. Yep. 12.6, but whatever.
13.2.
Oh. 4's not using that much gas.
Lead copy.
And we're back within a mile, looks like. 1.3. Yeah, it's fine. Start walking the throttle back. We should be doing Mach 0.73. That should, by the time we get back down to 0.73, that should bring us within a mile of the flight lead. Come on, 0.75, 0.74, 0.73, there we go. See if we can hold that. A little more power because we're still dropping. A little more power. Get us back up to 0.3. Look down to our right. That sure is the Euphrates River.
That's quite the landmark.
That is quite the landmark. We are entering the cradle of civilization. I find this map pretty sick just because, I guess, the dichotomy in my head between this being the cradle of civilization, between the Tigris and the Euphrates here, and the fact that I'm sitting at a computer flying DCS, a flight simulator, combat flight simulator, in the place where our whole species kind of began. I guess not our species, but our modern species as we know it as civilization. Also crazy that this many thousands of years later, we're still fighting over this piece of ground.
Magic Ram 11, flight exiting Broadway for pump jack.
Exiting Broadway for pump jack.
Ram 11 flight, you're cleared to exit Broadway for pump jack. Contact Demon 1.
Contact
Flight
Demon
turning
1.
to the kill box now. Check on button 17, cry for Demon. 2, remain on button 6 and monitor magic.
17 for Demon. You got it.
2, copy that.
3 copies.
17, 25, 8.5, 25, 8.5, awesome. And we are turning in. Let's check our flight plan here. Into the target area, still Mach 0.73. But we should be descending to 20,000.
Ram 11.
Ram 13.
Ram 13.
Ram 14.
Demon 1, this is Ram 11, checking in.
Demon 1 copies. Ram 11, go ahead with check-in.
Demon 1, Ram 11, mission number 0311, flight of 4 Hornets checking in to pump jack with 8 times GPU 30 QS frac. Can give you 30 minutes on station.
Ram 11, Demon 1, target this flag is pump jack cells 3 and 5. Positive ID confirmed, no civilian activity. Break. Possible threat from man pads from the built-up areas to northeast. Break. The 8 is on station. down to Angels 15. Continue drive.
Cleared for pump jack down to Angels 15.
Demon 1, Ram 1-1, copy, continuing drive. Alright, flight, targets are as briefed. We split up at IP, then visually acquire the target. Once Demon clears us, we'll execute the strike. Across north and rejoin at Angels 20. Acknowledge.
Alrighty. So we're sticking with them until IP, which is this waypoint. Then we'll split up. We're cleared down to Angels 15 to conduct our strikes. And then we will RV with them at Angels 20,000 at the RV waypoint. Easy enough. We're 7 miles to the target area, 30 miles to IP. And let's just get familiar with our objective on the kneeboard. So we're going for AP211, AP212. Looks like 2 oil pumps on the eastern side of our objective, which is waypoint 6. Easy enough. 2 easternmost. Still got 4 with us? Yeah, we do. Look at him. What a great pilot, just holding formation with us. "19 miles till we split off from the flight lead. Fuel's still looking good. We're still sucking from the external tanks. Is this the Euphrates? Yeah, it is.
Demon 1, Ram flight entering pump jack from the north at Angels 20.
Ram flight, you are clear to engage flag target. Pump jack is hot.
Pump jack is hot.
Target.
3, copy, clear to engage. Running in.
Running in. Alrighty.
4, copy.
Let's go. JDAM display mission. Waypoint target designate. Let's take a look at the FLIR. See what we can see. Oop, there we go. Oh yeah, that is certainly is the objective area. Alrighty, so north is off to the rear of the screen. Let's just take a look one more time. So the easternmost, so we're looking for the right side targets. Right side targets. That looks like one just north of the barracks. Yep. Go ahead and designate that. Step to our next state JDAM. Alrighty there, 3. Right on. And then just south of the other 2, that looks like our other target. Did I step to the other one? Yeah, I did. Designate that. Alrighty, we will re-step. Awesome. Close that out. Pull this up. Let's go in for 10 miles and we'll turn on into our target. Gonna go ahead and let my wingman know he's good to start his attack as well.
Charlie target, CID.
Engage primary.
Engage primary.
4, copy.
Okay, that is confirmed as our target, and we'll just reconfirm these as I get over them. That's definitely target 1. How far out are we? 8 miles. That's 4 going for his attack there. Just gonna step and reconfirm. That other oil derrick up there. Looks good. Station 2 and Station 8. Okay, so 2's let his go. And he's coming back to rejoin. We are almost in zone for ourselves. We are in zone. Awesome. Master arm to arm. Let's send it.
Ram 2-1, pickle.
Pickle. And we'll go ahead and let go of that second one.
Pickle.
Pickle. Alrighty, I'm just gonna turn off to the right here. Should still be out hold, yep. And we'll be rejoining the light lead shortly. Just gonna get us into a little bit of an orbit so we can watch that impact on the FLIR display. And we'll go into a left orbit. And let's watch Kill TV. Boom. Nailed it.
Lead 3, engagement complete. Rejoining.
Lead copy.
That is quite a few fires down there. Alrighty, let's get going back to our RV point. EP. And we stayed at altitude. Let's go ahead and set waypoint and couple. Look at all those fires.
Demon 1, Ram 1 1, engagement complete at Winchester.
Demon 1, copy Ram 1-1. Contact Cole, stand by for BDA from Uzi. Got 2 Russian flankers approaching. 280 position. Hot.
280.
Lead copy. Flanker approaching from the west. Flight, continue on mission. Be vigilant.
2, copy that.
3 copies.
4, copies.
And there's our flight lead just over there, 14 miles.
Flankers have turned. Looks like they're anchoring at 270-45.
1 copy. Flight, continue.
All targets and cells free of 5 destroyed. Good job. No further damage. You may egress to the north.
Demon 1, Ram 1-1, copy. Egressing and switching. Flight, push button 6 on try for magic.
Push button 6 on pry. And we'll get slotted back in behind the flight lead. Hopefully without hitting their number 2. And we'll turn on in. And we'll start slowing down, so we should be 0.73 Mach. And we're going to climb again. So we should be at 26,000. for the egress. I believe, let's check the knee board. $27,000 according to the flight plan. Gonna need a lot more throttle here, holy. That was a very aggressive climb. We're just gonna nose down. Because we are flirting with a stall right now. Don't need burner, we'll just get it up to mill power. Yeah, I'll hold, and we'll get up to, let's get about Mach 0.8. So we gotta close the distance on these guys. They're about 2.5 miles out there, maybe 3, and we should be within 1 mile. We're still with us? Yeah, he is. Right on.
Ram 1-1.
2.
3.
1-3.
1-4.
Magic, Ram 1-1, flight checking in from Pump Jack with you en route to Hiram, Angel 27.
Ram 1-1, radar contact. You are cleared for Broadway.
Cleared for Cleared for Broadway. Oh my goodness. Can't talk. And let's start dialing that throttle back. We're almost at a mile out from them. Can we see it now? They're just too close to our HUD there. be getting ready to turn into Broadway. Oh, they're already turning. Follow them in. Lost just a bit of altitude there. We'll climb to 7,000. We should be getting ready to fence out shortly.
Flight, we can fence out now.
Boom, there it is. Alrighty, master arm to safe. Exterior lights, didn't set them. Master mode off. Video record off.
3, fencing out. State 8.7.
4, fence out.
Home fuel,
State 9.
we're good.
0.
And visual checks of wingman aircraft.
Lead copy.
Looks good.
Those flankers were honestly dead of us entering the target area.
I wouldn't read too much into it. I think they were just telling us that they're here, and then we were getting a little too close to their AO.
That's right. We'll probably see more of that. It's important that we show clear intent. Don't do anything to provoke or escalate the situation. And remember, we are all fighting IS, but our mission and our allies are not the same.
Trust but verify.
Correct. And now we need to focus on getting back to the boat. Magic, Ram 1-1 flight checking out at Manhattan, west, switching to blue.
Ram 1-1, Magic copies, checkout.
Flight, push button 3 on pry for strike.
Push button 3 on pry.
2, copy that.
3 copies.
4.
302.
304.
305.
Lone Warrior strike 300.
300. Lone Warrior strike.
Strike 300, holding hands with 302, 304, and 305. Marking moms at 0804660. Angel 27. Low state 6.3.
300. Strike between Twin Mother CFR Case 1. Contact Marshal.
300, Case 1, contacting Marshal. Flight, we will recover at 2 separate elements today. I'll check in with Marshal first, and 3, you check in afterwards.
Checking in separately. Got it.
3 copies. I'll check in with Marshall after you.
We'll start descending now, and we'll be changing speed as we get closer to Mother. Stay in formation with a mile in between our 2 elements. Flight, push button 2 on pry for Marshall.
2 on pry for Marshall.
Marshall 300, holding hands with 302. Marking loss at 08045. Angel 25. Low state 6.1. 300.
And we'll let them know we're inbound.
304. Marking moms 085 445. Angels 21.5. Holding hands at 305. Low state 7.2.
304. Mother's weather is visibility 10 plus mile. Scattered clouds at above 10,000. Altimeter is 29.903. Case 1 recovery expected BRC 208. Report see me at 10.
Expected BRC 208 for 199.
304.
Getting a little close here.
See you at 10.
Update state switched out.
Tower 300 holding hands with 302 overhead Angel 3 close gate 5.8.
Alright, and we'll let the carrier know that we see them at 10.
304. See you at 10.
304. Update state switched out.
304. Low state 6.8.
Okay, so that's them breaking off.
Altitude. Altitude.
We're going to push down to 3,000 feet and get into the Marshall stack. Let's go ahead and drop our hook now. And
Tower 301. Overhead Angels 4. Holding hands with 305. Low state 6.7.
300.
it's 300 signal Charlie, so they're going to recover their flight before they recover us. So we'll get down to 3,000. It's 3,000 there. A little lower. 3,000.
99. Mother. Tanker overheads at Angel 6.
Going to be out hold. And we're just going to come a little bit left. And we will hang out in the Marshall stack. Within about 1 mile of the carrier here.
304. Enter Marshall stack. Angel 3.
There we go, 304, enter Marshall stack, Angels 3,
304.
304. Alrighty, we're within a mile. As soon as we get a beam of the carrier, which we now are, I need a little bit more throttle here. But we'll go ahead and bank it a little bit left, get our attitude hold on. And we're just going to fly in orbit here while we wait for the flight lead to get covered. In the meantime, the hint is telling us to just go ahead and check that we actually have proper weight to be recovered. Unrestricted, 33,000. Restricted, 34,000. Let's go ahead and check the checklist, see what our aircraft weight is. 35,000. I don't think we need to fuel dump because by the time that we're getting recovered, we should be at the correct weight. Or under 34,000. I'm willing to bet that we'll use 2,000 pounds of fuel between now and then. Just go ahead and check, make sure 4's still with us. He sure is. Man, the AI is a great pilot. Might be able to watch them get recovered. maybe.
300 Hornet Ball, state 5.5.
So that's Charlie we're going to be watching. And Delta's coming around as well. Looks good. 3-wire, nice. And then while Delta's doing that, let's just make sure that we're still looking good. I'm going to dial this throttle back just a bit. 380 knots is a bit much. And let's watch Delta Trap as well.
Syracuse, Hornet Ball.
Tower, Roger. BRC 208. Signal is Charlie.
It's 3-wire as well. Signals Charlie for us, so we'll go ahead and leave the Marshall stack, which is good because we overshot anyway. And we'll go ahead, disengage the autopilot, and descend. I'm just going to go ahead and turn the ILS on as well. So why not use it if we have it? Might stop me from embarrassing myself. A little more speed, a little less altitude. That's good there. And we'll be landing there shortly. We're a little bit close to the carrier. That's okay, we can correct that. And I'll pass, pull the engines back to idle, level brake turn. Looking for 250 knots. 250, gear down, flaps to full. Something I didn't do. Ooh, we're dipping the nose a little bit much there. Take a look back. Go ahead and let our wingman know he's good to break off. A little bit of throttle. We dropped a little bit too much altitude. Start playing with our stab a little bit. It's looking good. A little bit more throttle. If we look back over, we shouldn't have a wingman there anymore, which we don't. Good. More throttle, because we gotta get this nose up, regain a bit of altitude. We're looking for about 900 feet. There we go. Fuel's still good. And we should be good to start turning in. We'll do that now. A little bit of throttle as we come into the turn. A little bit less throttle. A little bit less. We were shallow, so we're just going to flatten out here.
305 Hornet Ball, 5.6.
Why is 305 calling the ball? Are we about to hit our wingman? Oh no, he just trapped ahead of us. Nice. Good work, the AI. We're a little low. Let them know we've got the ball. 4 on the ball. Lined up a little bit left. Actually, quite a bit left. A little high as well. Two wire? Yeah. Alrighty. Get that hook up, get these wings folded. Where'd you go? There you are. Bring it forward. Touch left. And bring it around to the right. Not our best landing ever, but didn't damage the aircraft. Straight, touch left, straight, hands us off. To who? You. Bring it off to the right. Keep bringing it off to the right. Straighten out, left. Hands us off. Cut it left, straight, little right, and back to the left again. Straighten out, hands us off. Lane captain, okay. Bring it off to the right. Bring it to the left. Straight. And stop it here. Boom. There we go. Alrighty, well, that is our first mission done. Let's take a look at our debrief here. Mission debrief. Planned target AP-211 destroyed. 212 destroyed. 221 destroyed. 222 destroyed. 5 points apiece. AP-111, 112 destroyed for 5. 121, 122 destroyed for 5. Correct departure procedures followed. Score for 5. Compliant with airspace controls for 5. General communication procedures followed. Compliant with ROE and carrier recovery for score of 10. Base score 50. And let's math that out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. That is 100% on the first mission. There we go. Alrighty, so Navy launches counter-IS sorties from Eastern Mediterranean Sea. June 3rd, 2016, the Harry S. Truman Carrier Strike Group launched combat sorties from the Mediterranean today in support of Operation Inherent Resolve over Syria and Iraq. We sure did. Historical AAR, or historical debrief.
On June 3rd, 2016, the Harry S. Truman Carrier Group launched airstrikes from the Eastern Mediterranean Sea against ISIS targets in Syria and Iraq after having transited the Suez Canal the previous day. The Truman's Carrier Air Wing 7 included VFA-83, the Rampagers, along with 8 other squadrons operating Super Hornets, Growlers, Hawkeyes, Greyhounds, and Seahawks. VFA-83 was the only squadron in the air wing still flying the F-A-18C Hornet. Operation Tidal Wave 2 was the line of effort that, as part of the broader Operation Inherent Resolve, aimed specifically at denying ISIS revenue by destroying its oil infrastructure. Typically, strikes were pre-planned and underwent a thorough targeting and vetting process. By mid-2016, the coalition conducted up to 50 strikes each month under this operation, focusing primarily on production and distribution targets such as oil wells, pump jacks, tanker trucks, pipelines, and more.
Well, there we go. So, pretty happy with how that one shook out. Quite a long transit corridor. We'll go ahead and get this Hornet turned off, and we'll get this mission shut down. The RWR off. Get our standby attitude reset. Get this back down to 2992. Cool. Flaps are at full. Bypass all carrier, and anti-skid is off already. Go ahead and turn off IFF, TACAN, ILS, data link. Our DDI is switched off. Before we do that, actually, we should turn our HUD off and our AMPCD. Go ahead and switch our left DDI off. Clear that master caution. Should be good to get our left engine off. And we'll go ahead and switch the right engine off. Nice and quiet now. Clear those cautions. Go ahead and switch that battery off, and we'll get the canopy opened. Well, everybody, that's going to do it for this one. Pretty happy with how that one shook out, like I said. And hope to see you guys back here when we go to fly the next mission in this campaign. Thank you very much for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care.